What's up, guys? Welcome back to Go Sleek Hair channel. Today I'm taking you behind the scenes with me as I cut this 20-inch kinky straight half wig for one of my very good friends. And I was like, you know what? Since I have to cut it anyway, why not go ahead and record it and show you exactly what I would do if I were cutting some nice, natural, soft layers. So hopefully this video is helpful for you. By the way, if you're new here, I'm Mo, the founder and CEO of Go Sleek Hair Company. I am a retired hairstylist with over 25 years of experience, and Go Sleek Hair Company is your go-to for premium hair extension solutions that fit your hair goals, your lifestyle, and your current hair condition. I have a salon right here in Atlanta where I am now today. So if you ever want a more personalized in-person experience, definitely come in and check out some of my amazing stylists. But let's go ahead and jump right into this haircut. So this is a 20-inch kinky straight half wig. It is 100% virgin human hair, so you can heat style it, you can color it, you could do all those things. But I think what really sets off a half wig or any extensions is when you have the perfect haircut. So even if that's a trim, if it's deep layers, not quite sure, but you should do something to it versus just putting it on and then curling it. Because normally if you go without the haircut, I feel like the curls just fall flat. Like when you do have the layers, it tends to just drop more natural. You still have a loose wave to it and it just looks better. So hopefully this video is helpful. Now, you will need a tripod stand, like something like this, as well as a mannequin head. You can use a styrofoam head, but basically you need this because you don't want to try to cut this wig on your head, especially if you're not that experienced. And then also you'll need these wig pins right here. That way it will hold the wig in place. So it's not moving around as you cut the hair. We'll put that one in the front, and then I'm gonna also place one at the back. All right, now, as far as layering, I do suggest that you make that front piece almost the length of your natural hair. So say for instance, this all right here is my real hair. So I would normally take the wig and start my shortest wig piece right here. I would go down like this where my wig starts. And since I do not have my friend here to actually do that, I just gotta kind of guess. I kind of remember what the front of her hair looks like. So I'll know how to make my first face framing piece. Yeah, so normally if I don't have the model actually here in my chair, I will just kind of create my guide with this mannequin, and I'll probably make the shortest piece about here. And you want to make sure you have shears that are sharp. House scissors may not actually work the same, but you want to be able to just kind of glide down to where it doesn't give that blunt effect, because it's kind of just slithering down. Now, even though this is 20 inches, by the time I am done with all the layers, I will likely have taken about 2 inches off, but that is to be expected when you are cutting in layers. Because if you cut all of the inside, basically all of the layers, and you don't touch the bottom at all, then the ends will end up looking thin. All right, now we have our guide right here in the front. And I'm gonna use this same shorter piece in the front to create my layers that are gonna actually go throughout. All right, I'm gonna raise all of this up. And actually, I'm gonna turn this to the side so you can kind of really see the difference. All right, so shortest piece is, as you can see, it's starting to fall. So I would say about there. I am going to cut all of that. Now, I always point cut actually going in like this, because if you just cut straight across, while that does work for real hair, I feel like on hair extensions, it just makes it look way too blunt. And I have seen where people will use like a razor so it does not look as blunt. But then I feel like there's so much room for error when you are using a razor. I just am like a shears type of girl. I feel like it's a better precision cut when you have shears versus trying to use a razor. All right, so we have our guide here. Now I'm gonna take this from the side, bring that up to my shortest guide, turn her back to the front now. And honestly, it may appear that I'm cutting like a whole lot, but as you're bringing the hair up, a lot of the length is not actually being cut. Like this is the length right here. And as you can see, it's not a whole lot. Okay. And I just kind of like to kind of bring it over a little, over direct it. That way I'm not bothering the length. This right here, this little piece here, you probably can't see it. This is actually the length. And as you can see, after bringing it all the way up, I'm not cutting much of it. Don't worry if you see spots that don't appear to be even. We will go back through to check it when we're almost done to clean that up. All right, so now that I've created pretty much my layers right here across this front section, I am gonna just continue that all the way around. And bringing all of this hair up and over, direct. And it's crazy that layer, so you're actually taking a lot of the weight out of the hair, but I feel like when you do create the layers, it just gives the illusion that the hair is fuller. I don't know, it's something about the way the curls just kind of drop on top of each other. So if you ever feel like your hair just looks flat and lifeless, you'll be surprised what difference layers will make. I kind of like, I always call it pizza slices. I just kind of go straight down as I work my way around. Oh, my pin is coming out. So yeah, y'all don't want that to happen. So then the haircut will be all off. And though it does appear that I have cut a lot, it is still long. Like all the length is still there. If you guys can see that. I would say for sure it's much harder to cut a 20-inch versus like a 12 or a 16. Right. See closely my short piece. right here. And we have made our way all the way back around. We are at the front now. And now at this stage, I'm just gonna go around the wig one more time just to ensure that it is cleaned up. But get into this face frame, you can already see a difference. Kind of like to pull up both of these sides to make sure it's all matching. All right, so my right side is a little bit longer. I'm actually considering adding a custom option on the site to where we'll have the wigs pre-layered before we even ship them. Let me know what you guys think about that. It's just the small things like what I mentioned in the beginning, not really knowing how short somebody's leave out is. So maybe that will be something that you would still have to get customized. Like once you get it and then you realize that the front may not be as short as you would like it, that you would have to get it cut more. All right, so all the layers are there. Now we're just gonna go around and clean up the bottom just to ensure that's not looking like really thin. And we still want that to kind of go down in a V. That's totally normal. And I kind of like to do this so that if both sides fall at the same time, it lets me know that my haircut is even on both sides. And for the most part, it is. Ooh, these knees. Jesus. 40-year-old knees. Let's just say you have a curly wig. You definitely would want to straighten out the wig first before you do the haircut. And I'm gonna go through and do a light curl. That way you'll be able to kind of see how the layers look once styled. And here is our haircut before the curls. And just wait until the after. All right, so we have the layers in it. And I really wish my friend was here right now so we could actually install it and you could get to see how the layers are falling. And honestly, once I get it on her head, I may have to cut just a little bit. I feel like it's gonna end up being like I cut a little bit of the bottom, but she is all ready for pickup.
Back up chest hair.
All right, so you can kind of see how these layers are falling right here. We may have to cut this a little shorter once we get it on. But that is how you do a layered cut. All right, so I hope this video was helpful. Make sure you go ahead and like this video, subscribe to my channel so you don't miss more hair tutorials just like this. And if you are local to Atlanta, make sure you come and visit us in store. If you are interested in getting a more personalized in-person experience, we could definitely help you out with that. You can shop all of our half wigs, closure wigs, bundles, clip-ins, all of that online at ghostsleek.com, and I will catch you on the next video.